Did the unemployment figures just throw cryptocurrency into a tailspin? And why are banks so alarmed by the latest events in the cryptocurrency market? Additionally, a new crypto tax bill is being proposed by Senator Loomis. How would you interpret that? Hi there, lovely individuals. Pipo Coin Channel, how are you today? Since it's the day before July 4th, I'm not sure if you get off on that day or just on July 4th. How does that operate? I'm not sure. Will you be grilling this weekend or today? Tell me in the space provided for comments. I asked my wife about this just now. I said ChatGPT because I was unable to recall what people did. It's like Independence Night here, isn't it? After then, there are fireworks and the following day is Independence Day. After that, you have the entire day to travel and enjoy a barbecue. It's not night and day. You're right. It's a little bit different, I believe. Such a lovely smile to radiate positive energy. Smash the like button, smishity. With this video, let's aim for 3,333 likes. You people are capable. I'm sure of it. While you're doing it, I'll answer a phone. Hi there. Indeed. Trump president. Indeed. Increasing? All right, I'll let them know. Hopefully you hit the like button, allowing us to see where Bitcoin and XRPs are. As of right now, XRP is up 1.35% for the day at $2.26. A small amount of crazy has occurred in the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin is currently trading at 109.429. However, I'm not sure if you can see this. Let's look at the hourly chart. Things kind of went crazy. Began here and then abruptly had a spike, a sell-off, a rally, another sell-off, and finally a sort of consolidation. The stock market, on the other hand, was actually performing a little better and reached a new all-time high today. Crypto went nuts, but they didn't. As you can see, it really took off after the news broke, while Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies fell off. Strange, isn't it? After a slight retreat, it made a comeback and held, because there will be no stock market activity on July 3rd and 4th tomorrow. The new all-time high for Bitcoin will close in a short trading day. In contrast, Bitcoin kind of went nuts, and XRP did the same. As you can see, it crashed on the news before rising again, and the rest of the cryptocurrency market followed suit. The fact that the U.S. economy added 147,000 jobs in June, more than the 111,000 forecasted, was what made things go haywire. The unemployment rate, however, was what truly pushed everything insane. It dropped to 4.1 below the predicted 4.3. Additionally, the number of jobs for May was increased from 139 to 144. And as a result of the June jobs report exceeding forecasts, the yield on the 10-year note spiked to 4.3. In contrast, it was anticipated that the unemployment rate would fluctuate. The bond market believes Powell has even more justification for delaying rate cuts due to our robust labor market. I'll give you a quick explanation if you're new to the channel, but if you've been watching for a while, you already know why. In other words, throughout the history of finance, interest rates are raised during recessions and periods of inflation because consumers will take out fewer loans and spend less money if prices rise. Then, since no one is buying, the producers and sellers will have no option but to start lowering their prices, which is typically associated with unemployment, isn't it? During a recession, businesses close and there is a high unemployment rate. People don't have money and don't spend it while they're unemployed. Isn't that right? We are currently in a scenario where employment is high despite inflation. The Fed has been waiting a long time to lower interest rates because people are still spending money. Yeah. And if we proceed and examine the current odds, staying put, right, no reduction, and 26% of 0.25% decline were the percentages yesterday. It suddenly jumps to 90%, nearly 95% of keeping it where, at placed, right, where it is, and 5% reduction based on today's facts. If September rolls along, we're already at 60% for a cut and 36% for nothing. Again, we're normally a few weeks away, perhaps 4 weeks, but these forecasts are typically accurate. Additionally, the jobless rate data showed a recent 20% increase. That is what caused the slight tremor in the market. As you can see, Bitcoin went completely crazy and dragged down the entire cryptocurrency market. I was watching, and you can see that Pepe for instance, sold off extremely well on that sell-off there, so that really bothers me now. What percentage is this? About 7% or 6% dropping off there. Even though it did come off, XRP held fairly well. It barely fell 3% during the most recent sell-off. As a result, the job report there caused the market to go crazy. Additionally, it has somewhat flattened out, although it is still lower than it was when the data was released a few hours ago. That is the case then. For this reason, I will never advise you to buy, sell, or hold on to it on a daily basis, as I'm not sure what the data will be. I have no idea how the market will respond. I have no idea what the bond market will do. Even though the president just called me on the phone, I have no idea what he will say. I'm not sure, not financial advice, of course. Always conduct your own research before making an investment. Understanding that and realizing that we don't know everything about the market increases with our level of knowledge is crucial. We have some knowledge, but we are unable to predict every outcome. All right, very, very significant. Additionally, the sell-off between alts and Bitcoin is still ongoing. As a result, if you look at a lot of pairs, alt vs USD has been rising, while alt to Bitcoin has been falling. Therefore, it's crucial to realize that Bitcoin may perhaps revert as its dominance continues to grow. And in the last several hours, we have witnessed it return and recover. We recall that, in contrast to the outs, Bitcoin is holding strong. Therefore, that is crucial. The Bitcoin to outs pairs are really powerful in favor of Bitcoin, aren't they? Even if a lot of them have increased, their growth hasn't kept pace with that of Bitcoin's rise against the US dollar. All right, additionally, $6 billion worth of shorts will be liquidated if Bitcoin breaks $115,000. We arrived at $1,010,400. However, we haven't yet reached a new all-time high today. Perhaps we still have time. We were turned down exactly where we were turned down the prior time. Very fascinating. Essentially, the same area that was turned down the first time was turned down again. We shall thus observe the outcome of that. The rest of the cryptocurrency market might rise along with it if we test it once again and possibly make a breakthrough. All right, so this is something I will be keeping an eye on over the next few hours and into tomorrow when the stock market is closed. Perhaps cryptocurrency, which is worldwide and trades around the clock, even though many traders are in America. Thus, perhaps something will occur there. Therefore, we'll see what might occur tomorrow and whether it will be a busy or dull day. Before we go any further, keep in mind that I will never message you on social media to ask you to send me money or join up for anything. They are con artists. Please, please, please exercise extreme caution once more. I'll never get in touch with you. Send me something instead of asking you to sign up. Nothing. All right. Scammers are involved. Additionally, it's not me if you see a video of me endorsing something. I don't advocate for tokens or anything similar. It's artificial intelligence. It's a fraud. Be extremely cautious when you're out there. Apologies, but this isn't actually a partnership. It's a different business. Another bank that is beginning to handle or lose D is Amina Bank, which is regulated in Switzerland. It is the first bank in the world to embrace Ripple's Relais stablecoin and provides institutional clients with trading and custody services. As a result, Arlusdi is still growing in popularity globally. Given that 89% of Gen Z and millennials say they will switch banks to cryptocurrency and DeFi platforms that offer yield tokenization stocks in Web3. Paul Barron says that banks like Wells Fargo and Bank of America